Does tinypic still work? TINYPIC. Yeah, or Imega. That's a good one, Q. Maybe this is a little far out. Let's trim that back a little bit. No hurry. We're just piling logs together. Importance of tree hollows. Oh, this is like ecological thing. I'm looking at the images in the background that you can't see on the stream. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Ooh. It's kind of faint. Let's see if this is visible. So it ended up being a few boxes. So there's like an outdoor space here. There's a staircase-ish kind of thing. And then spaces back there. Cool. Like the tiny little, like these junctions, actually. Oh, I see. There's a hole there. And that sits on edge. There's a lot more we can't see. Okay, that's fair enough. I'm just thinking like all these little nooks and crannies become. There's a little gap there. There's a lot of little spaces where interesting things happen when the shapes meet like this, right? Little windows of skylights and openings and things. Anyway, let's get back to Minecraft. The assignment was designing a pavilion. Yeah. Following the structural principles of Habitat 67, yep. And we saw that. What was that? Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. So quite a few videos ago now. Q says the only window is in the darkest part and the worst, the worst view. I'm sure. Hold on, let me look at that. Oh, that one. No, this. I think that's the only conventional window. I don't think that's necessarily the worst view. We're not sure what's behind there though. It looks like. It does look like it's just looking into an alleyway. But I think it's meant to look through and provide a visual connection between two spaces. Helena says, while creating 3 spaces identified by 3 words, roughly translated overview, lookout, and inside, and designing in a white space. Wait, so it's like a blank canvas? Hold on, let me. Oh, hey, look, there's a thing. There's a model thing. Hey, check it out. Check it. Physical models. Yeah, no, you see, Q, there's a double window. So you look from one room through the alleyway into the other room. And given that it's an exhibition space, what's his name? Carlos Scarpa? Carlos Scarpa did this sort of thing where he would build museums and then there'll be a room and there'll be a window and then there'll be like a sculpture through the window, so then you look through, oh, there's a next space, and then you go into that space. So it's so like, yeah. So then then as you move through the spaces, you basically are tempted to keep moving forward because you always see glimpses of interesting things in the other rooms through these windows. So there's a bit of Kaloscapa sort of thing going on in there. And then this one, those staircases are probably not compliant with safety laws, but that's fine. No railings. It's okay. Railings ruin everything. We don't need railings. Helena says the thing is my professor said. All right, go on. And let's see, Carlos Scarpa. Let's see if we can find some. So this is a Carlos Scarpa architecture, although we're not seeing a. You see like these openings and windows and things. This is one of his galleries. So there's a similar thing going on with the overlapping boxes, right? And you get little glimpses into other spaces. Helena says, you're designing in a white fictional scape where accidents don't exist. You're right. There's no people. People don't exist. People are fiction. You're designing in a world where there's no people, so don't worry about it. This is the kind of this is a staircase. This is a Carlo Scava staircase in Venice. So it's a similar sort of thing that Helena's doing, where there's no railings and no people. There's a person, but we don't care about her safety. It's kind of safe, but there's no railings there either. I like how they put a cash register. It's so out of place. Where can we see like doors and windows? Helena said, so I said if I don't need to look at regulations, can I make a staircase out of stacked cubes? And they were like, whatever. Yeah, no. I like that attitude because if you wanna explore ideas, like it's good to like just explore ideas first and then think about regulations later, because you don't want to constrain yourself at the very start. I can't find a good example of this window stuff where you look through windows into other parts of a gallery. I forgot the exact name of the gallery where he did that. Oh well. Anyway, so things like that, those kind of concepts. Helena says, do you want me to explain how it works? Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead, let's talk about architecture. And then let's leave Wesley to do all the building in Minecraft. So we need to like extend that out a little bit. It's a little bit odd there. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep filling the wood in while Helena types her architectural thesis into Twitch chat. Helena says the two cubes with the windows you mentioned covers insight Because you have to stand at certain angles to look through, yes. Yes, I could see it. I could see it before you even explained it. Which is good, because architecture should be self-explanatory. So yeah, so you kind of... you're seeing from one space into the other. And if you were like the curator designing the exhibition, you would design the exhibition so that the two objects are probably linked in some way. So there's the visual link between the things through the window. Helena says, next you go up the big block stairs and you pass through a cube and can step up into the cube that is highest. Hold on, let me... Alright, so we're looking at this. You go up the stairs and around and into... Oh, wait a minute. Around and into... there? Oh, this is... Wait a minute, where is that door? Hold on. I don't understand. Oh, there's that box and that box, right. So there's a box and there's a box right behind. This angle is a bit deceptive because there's a box here and there's another box right behind it. And then here there's a box, but there's also another box right behind it. You've taken the two angles that don't show what you're saying right now. This one shows it though. So there's a box there and there's another box behind it. So you go up the stairs, through this cube, and into another cube through a door in there. That one is outlook. So once you're here, you look out from up here into this space. So that's outlook. Alright, good. So inside outlook. Alright, keep going. Alright, let me fill all this in. I suppose when you do your presentation, which you say it's Monday, is it like tomorrow? You should probably like choose the 3 views that describe the 3 things that you're meant to design. Helena, originally I wanted outlook to be upwards instead of outwards because outside there is nothing more than white space. Yeah? I mean, upwards is also white space though, isn't it? Yeah, I guess, I mean, you do look, hold on, transition. You do look also down. You can put stuff on the ground, right? Helena says, but I like that cube because you can look both ways. Yes. Oh, I see. So you can look out that way and look out this way. The cube is behind here. I keep thinking it's behind there, you can look, okay. Or is it? This this volume is a little bit complex, and I hope people can keep up because I can visualize the boxes in my mind because I've studied architecture. I suspect that other people possibly might not be able to interpret the shapes. Q says a glass box would be a good outlook as all you can do is look out. People can also look in, Q. You know, Mies van der Rohe and his Farnsworth house. Like, all the walls are glass, right? And so there's no privacy. So when you're like on the toilet, people can see inside. Helena says overview is on top of the cube that meets the small staircase. Overview to me was not only a vantage point, but also a moment that would show the important things of the design. So from up here, you could see, yeah. At the same time, there are quite a few parts of the things that you can't see from up here. What's his name? I forgot. I'm so bad, I keep forgetting the names of the buildings and the architects. Anyway, the thing about your design, Helena, is that there's no one space where you see everything, and so it's very intricate and very complex in that way. So it's one of these things where I think it's very hard to understand without being able to walk through it, because like a part of the, or an important part of the design is, like, you know, going around in a spiral like this and coming out here and looking out again. And of course you have to be inside the space to look through the window into the other space. So a lot of the stuff you really have to be able to see, be able to walk through it to see it. Q says like a Zen garden design so that you cannot see all 7 stones in the garden at once. Yeah, it's that kind of idea, Q. Okay, here you go. Here's the wait a minute. Oh, you go through this. Okay, I see. So this is the space in the window, and then you have to go through this box, up the stairs, up there. But the overview is like, yeah, no, you can't go through the whole thing at once. And then this one, the cantilever is quite extensive. All right, so there's quite a bit of an overhang there, and the movement is like, it's like a spiral. So you spiral up the pile of boxes. Yeah, so as I'm saying, and as Q is saying, you then end up with a lot of very different spaces as you walk through the building. Wesley says the idea behind that way of stacking is the search for an interesting negative space. Definitely. And it's like every time you turn a corner, it's a different thing, right? Like you here, it's this thing. You go up here, it's a different thing. You go through the boxes, it's a different thing. That's right. And your reference is Habitat 67. What's it called again? Negative space is the empty space, Q. It's actually, you know what? Helena should explain that to you. Let me go back to putting logs down in Minecraft. Am I in the right window? Alright, good. Gotta give you some homework, Helena. I can't just let you go. The negative space, it's what's left after you've factored in the intended spaces. It's not an objective thing. So it's not a... She's probably just Googling it or something and then copy and pasting. I would do that. So it's not like an objective scientific explanation of space. It's more like a perceptive thing. Helena says the negative space is basically, like Simon said, the empty space. A building that has a lot of corners will give a much more interesting negative space than a flat building.